Welcome to the Designer and the Dyer. Sorry we're a little bit late. We're having some technical issues. This is what happens when you play around with where you're filming and didn't have enough time to get everything set up as early as we usually do. But anyways, today we are chatting about our top 3 essential crafting tools. Will they be the same or different? Find out now. So grab a beverage and let's talk fiber. Here we are. There. Woohoo!
Yeah. Woohoo. She likes to keep me muted.
No. What happens is, so in that introductory picture where it's just the two of us, I have to actually mute our mics.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Or we can talk over it. We've had that happen before.
Yeah. Very true. Very
Whoopsies.
True. Whoops.
Yeah. So then, because we had you muted while I was doing it, it didn't unmute you after the video was over.
Yes, you do.
Technology is just great fun.
And of course, I'm like makeupless because the weather outside is so beautiful. And I had so much to do today. And of course, painting the studio and arranging it again. Studio office. Oh my goodness.
You're not in the studio.
Confused. No, in the office. So trying to get that done. And last minute, I had to run out and get some extra baskets.
Ooh.
Oh, yes.
Are you getting it all set up?
I still have walls to paint. Some I got to do second coats, but yeah, we'll get there. Running between here and the studio to get dyeing done. Yeah, it's just like my poor body, my hips actually ache. That's a sign of old age.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Oh, up and down stairs. That's true. You have stairs in your place, and then there's stairs down into the studio too. So
yeah. So
it's a lot.
It's a lot. You know,
I can totally relate though. My husband calls me the bag lady.
Oh yeah, with the amount of bags that you take back and forth all the time.
Yes, because sometimes there's stuff to do at home for work, and other times there's and then because I talk about my projects that I'm working on, then people come into the store and go, "Oh, can I see that you're?" And it's like, "Oh shoot,
I left that one at home."
So now I just bring them all with me all the time, and so yeah, I'm the bag lady. And then, I'm there all day, so I pack a lunch, and so there's that. And then I've been bringing the dog with me, so I have all her stuff to drag along too. Yeah,
it's worse than having toddlers again, isn't it?
It feels like it sometimes. It's like carrying a diaper bag with me.
The doggy diaper bag. Oh my goodness.
Well, I do have it not too bad. Like we have some dishes for her at the store, and I've got a bed for her there. So then carrying stuff back and forth, it's her toys and some food. And then, if it's raining, I bring a towel with me to dry her off because nobody wants a wet dog.
No.
And I'm not washing the floor every day if she gets muddy, so.
Just please forgive me. I'm trying to. I can't hear out of my headset right now. And I just don't know because I had to take everything apart like tons apart again and reorganize. So I was rushing at like 107 to try and get everything set up to do the streaming. So
I know I texted you. It was like 1:30. I'm like, "Are you coming? Do I start?"
Well, Well, no, I got up at 5 o'clock this morning
Oh
and
my goodness.
I let the puppies out and, I did my animal chores and all that. And then
Hmm.
my sweetie, of course, he couldn't be in working. And someone made me a very special card for the mama. And
Yes.
so I took it over this morning. And then, of course, being on the property, I bought a new leash for the doggies, a split leash. So I had
Yep.
to try that out, and there was a bunny,
Oh
yeah,
no.
hair or something there, and Indy
Uh.
caught wind, and then our little Izzy did, and yeah, so we had a little bit of a run this morning. It wasn't
Fun.
intentional on my part. Yeah, I would have preferred to walk, but no, a little
Yeah.
old English and a Frenchie on the end of the leash and a bunny. Yeah, it was
How'd
pretty
they do
wild.
on the leash together?
This is like anybody that has 2 dogs, you really
Hmm.
gotta check this leash out because it's got a bungee on one, like a full
Okay.
bungee on one. The other side has a partial bungee, like a quarter, and then it's a stiffer leash. So if you've got a dog that isn't really listening, you
Hmm.
can punish the one by, correcting them, and the other one doesn't get the punishment too. So
Okay.
but it's an untangled free leash. It has spirals on it so that they
Hmm.
can't tangle up. So it was a great walk this morning, but
Good.
I didn't think we were going jogging. They had different
Nah,
ideas.
I know. Scamp always does too. She likes to do her own thing when we go out. Doesn't matter that, we're walking the kids to the bus in the morning. Nope. She's like, I'm going over here. I'm going over there. I'm going to stop and sniff right now. Nope, mom, we're going. Whoosh. It's a job walking
Yes,
dogs.
yes.
And
Well,
then
at
I see
least
other people out with their dogs and they walk so nice. And I'm like, why can't mine be like that?
I saw a lady this morning, and she had 2 bigger dogs. They're like shepherd crosses, and she was walking down the highway, and she had them on 2 separate leashes, and they were all tangled up.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
was and I was the good Samaritan that I am, I was gonna pull over and say, "Hey, I know of a great double leash for this, so you don't have to carry the 2 jumbos of leashes
Oh, yeah.
anymore." So, you know me, get a good product, share it.
Yeah. So, Ed, that's what we're doing today.
Yes, it is.
Should we
It
be
is.
diving right in now? Or do we have other things to talk about first?
Yeah, it's one of those days. I'm not getting my lighting correct today. I don't know what the heck's going on.
Oh,
I'm just
dear.
having one of those days. So sorry, people. Not people, friends. I'm sorry.
Fiber friends.
Fiber friends. Um, okay.
Excuse
That's.
me. I've been fighting some kind of a cold like the last 2 weeks, week and a
Oh,
half.
are
I
ya
don't know. Yeah.
again?
Yeah, I don't know.
Didn't
I must have worn myself out and can't seem to get rid of it. Keeps coming
yeah,
back.
because you had one just before Christmas, didn't you?
I think so. I can't keep track.
See, I don't.
It was way worse when the kids were little because then they brought home jaundice
Oh
like
yes.
all the time.
Well, I find if I don't have to go out and see people, I'm relatively healthy.
I know, right? We had, like 2 years of no sickness because the kids were at home doing school from home.
I know it was great, and then the first thing you get back and everybody's sick. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Oh, that doesn't look good right there in my face. I know, look at that. This lighting brings out like on these huge bags. You think I never slept.
Oh, hey, well, you don't really. You like to
No.
stay up super late and get up super early, and like
No,
who gets up at 5?
I always do.
Ugh.
But no, sometimes I like a lot of times I'm in bed like 10 o'clock, but I always wake up at 1 or 2. I
Right.
don't just always, and then, I'll have another hour's sleep and then I'm awake.
Crazy.
I'm awake, yeah.
Can you
So
knit
I'm
during
really
those couple hours that you're
um
up?
sometimes I do, sometimes no. I'm just too dozy, so I just don't. But I'm really excited about today's topic. Brought to us by Val, wasn't it? Val suggested this.
Yes. Valerie,
Mm.
I was talking to her on Saturday and said, I have no idea what we should talk about on Monday's live. Got any ideas? She's like, yes. You should do like your top 3 favorite tools that every crafter should have or something like that.
Yes.
So then I'm like, Lea-Ann, this would be a good one to do. It'd be actually pretty easy. And then we can just talk about our favorite things.
Yes, yes, our favorite. Let's just point that out that it is our favorites because, there's
Well, we're going to see if our lists are the same.
Oh, no.
But we've already said, like we're not talking your needles or hooks
No,
because,
no.
everybody, if you're going to craft, you have to have one of those. If you're going to
Yes.
play with yarn, you need either you're going to knit or you're going to crochet. But we're talking about other things that we feel are essential
Yes.
to our crafting.
Yes. Yes.
Do
Well,
you want to
yeah.
go first?
Oh.
Or, yeah, one of us has to go first.
Yeah. I'll go first.
Okay.
But
All right. So
yeah, go on. Say what you're going to say.
no, I was just going to pop this up. So we have
Oh my
Lea-Ann's 3
goodness.
picks.
Look at that. She's even got a slide for me today. Let's give her a round of applause.
Woo! We need a sound machine.
Oh my goodness. She has just been going for broke while I've been like on all her slides and that. I am just so like absolutely excited about what she does.
Well, they are fun to do. And they don't
Yes.
take me too long.
Yes.
Okay, as a YouTuber essential crafting tool would be Canva. I do up the
Yes.
slides in Canva. It makes it so easy. And then actually our 2 slides are the same. So I just copy and pasted and had to change the name. That was it.
Isn't she amazing?
Yes. I
Amazing.
try sometimes. Okay, so do you wanna be full screen and show your 3 essential tools?
And you want to do one at a time?
No. Go ahead and do all
See
3.
if you can top me? No.
Okay, show us your 3 favorite tools.
Well, I have more than 3. Oh my goodness. Okay. The first thing, and this is not because I am a dyer, and it is kind of on the more expensive side, but it's something that I feel for myself is an essential tool, and that is a meter winder. So this is the Stanwood, and I use it. I use it all the time in the studio for measuring out skeins. But I love this because if I have extra in my stash, and I only need a little bit, or there's a project that's come up and I'm not sure if I have enough. Well, what I do is I just run it through. And then I know how many meters I have. So it makes it a lot easier for me to use up stash pieces, like little bits that I have around, or whether I have a quarter of a skein or 1/3 of a skein. And it allows me to get through the stash stuff quicker. So yeah, this is like one of my favorites. Now, this is on the expensive end. So I think the Stanwood meter, I think it's like close to $100. So it's not something I would suggest if you're just starting out. But for me, I find this is one of my essential tools. Might not be Lauren's, but it is mine. So that is one. The second one is very, very inexpensive. Go from top to bottom. And that is my stitcher picker uppers. I don't know what you call these things. I swear. And Lauren, you can talk back there. I think she muted herself. So, did you mute yourself? But I love these. And, of course they're on, like, you can get them on keychains. I have double-sided, but I have got at least 10 sets. And, I love them because, if I drop a stitch, I just find it's easier if I find it later just to grab the stitch with this and pick it up. And with those, and I've said it before, I use the little light bulb stitch markers with it, because even if you're doing cables, if you undo from the top and you've got to go down 20 rows, you can just use these to pick up your yarn as you undo your stitches, and then just pick up with this, and that's it. I don't even know how to explain it. Maybe I should do a tutorial on how I pick up my cables, especially because I'm very well known of dropping cables, and then finding out later when I'm like, 8 inches past it. But now I know how to fix it by using my stitcher picker uppers. I don't know what else to call them. My third essential that I think that people should have is a stitch helper book. I'm really good with the words today. A stitch helper book. I think everybody should have one, and my lighting is so incorrect, and that's all I'm staring at today. So I do have a few of them, but what I like is sometimes, you instead of going to the internet all the time, these little books are so handy because if you've forgotten something, a certain stitch, or you forget a cast on, they're just little books that give you, lighting's bad. They're just little books that give you the information that you need right there at your fingertips. And they're just small enough to stick in your project bag. And this one I got recently, The Knitter's Dictionary, and by Kate Atherley. The other one was, the other one was Margaret Radcliffe, which is, she's well known and it's very liked. But this one by Kate Atherley is kind of, oh, there we go. You can see there, it goes by the alphabet, A to Z, and it gives you all little hints. And I should have taken pictures before I came on. But if you're looking for, I don't know, a knit stitch, or terminology, like you'll come in a pattern and it will say at the same time. And this will say indicates that two sets of instructions need to be worked simultaneously. When you see this phrase, read ahead to make sure you identify the two instructions and the trigger point. And then it will say row 1, right side, knit 1, slip, slip, knit, knit to end, and then row 2 is an example. So this whole book is like anything. So you just can, like bark and brioche, BRK. It says brioche knit and a brioche pattern. This means to knit the stitch together with the yarn over that accompanies it. So yeah, A to Z. And it's got little pictures in it. It's a fantastic little book just to carry with you. And then, there we go. If you can see, the illustrations are, it's not full of illustrations, but enough to get you by. So that's another one. And I did bring out a few of them. There's also Patty Lyon's Knitting Bag of Tricks. That's another good book to carry with you. Again, it's not all that big. Actually, Patty Lyons actually came out with the Knitting Bag of Tricks workbook. So it's on a pre-order right now. I have no idea what's in it, but if it's anything like this book, it will be wonderful. This one has colored photographs in it. It just shows you different stitch patterns, things that you need to know. Seaming, that one. And another one is by Stephanie Pearl McPhee. A lot of people know this book, Knitting Rules. And so I really just think that, it is in any knitter's interest just to keep one of these books, one that you really relate to, in your knitting bag. So if you need some help, it is there. So that's my 3 choices.
Those were great. I did not have any of those. Okay, so for you said the meterage, does it do yards as well or only meters?
This one's only in meters. I did not find one. I would have preferred in yards. I'm still, even though we're Canadian, we're kind of back and forth. Like I never use centimeters. Never. I never use miles. I use kilometers, but I use yards for fabric and inches for that. And so I would prefer
and
it in
same
yards.
thing. Like I call my needles by the millimeter, but then I do it like, it's 40 inches.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I don't say 100 centimeters. No, it's 40 inches.
Yeah.
You know why? It's because growing up, I used to do carpenter work some with my dad. Like we used to do renos and stuff at home. And then for a few years, I actually did roofing and stuff like that with him. Okay. And so at the lumber store and on your measuring tapes and stuff, it's all done in like inches. And like it's a 2x4. It's not a whatever in centimeters.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I'm a child of the 60s. So, in the early 70s, I think was when we started to do the changeover to metric. And
Okay.
I just remember being very confused because I think I would have been in grade 3, maybe 3 or 4. And I
Yeah.
just remember being very confused by it. So, it's like when you swatch, it's like 4 inches. How many stitches in 4 inches? I would never say 10 centimeters.
No, and because we deal with other countries as well, like
The
a
US?
lot of yarn comes out of the US.
Mhm.
A lot of stuff comes out of. Now I don't even know what they use overseas. Do
I
you?
the British terms, they're metric.
Are they?
I'm pretty sure they're
Anyways,
metric.
I would
Queen's
say
Commonwealth.
yeah. So, but I would say most yarn labels and stuff come with both on it.
Yes. Yes.
And same with your knitting tools. See, and that's another thing too. Like I never got into using the US numbers
No.
because they don't really make sense.
No, no. But are you like that on food cans too? Like you have these
Yeah.
recipes and they say 15 ounces, and then you're going, okay,
What?
you better get the measuring cup that has the ounces on it, not the one that has the milliliters, right? But
Yeah. Well, I know my measuring cups, the big glass ones, they
yeah,
have four
both.
or five different measurements on them.
Oh,
So
good.
two on one side and two on the other. And yeah,
Right.
I know it does get confusing.
I know, because even when I'm thinking when I'm dyeing, like I will measure out dyeing grams. I will measure out water, vinegar, like acid. I will do that all in milliliters.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then, but I'll say, the skein is so many yards, and then I have to think and go, oh, well, it's so many meters, or like,
Yeah.
it gets a lot of people go, what are you talking about? And then I go, I don't know. Whatever
Okay,
comes out of my mouth.
and then your second one was the crochet hooks on a keychain.
Mhm. What do you
Uh
call them?
crochet hooks on a keychain. That's what I
Is
call
that
them.
I was like, those stitch picker upper things. I'm sorry
Yeah.
about that. I was having a brain fart. Like,
All good. I don't use those generally when I'm picking up stitches. I usually just use my needle tips, but that's me.
so have
Not
you found
everybody can do that.
pick up what they're no, no, I always split the yarn, but no, you know me, I have a really bad habit of um I was going to say, especially when I was on the really hard pain medication there,
Mm-hmm.
that I will knit for like 10 inches and all of a sudden I'll look down and go, oh my goodness, what the heck
Yeah.
happened there? So instead of, I will go back, I will drop whatever stitches I have
Yep.
and I will
Mm-hmm.
go back. So definitely, I love those needle stitcher picker uppers. I don't know, that might have to be a t-shirt for me. I
Yeah.
love my stitch needle picker uppers because yeah, crochet hooks on a keychain. If anyone else has a name that's a little cuter than that, please let us know.
Stitch grabbers. I don't know.
Stitch grabbers. Yeah, they must sell it under something.
Nope. That's
What
what
do
I've
you
seen it. I've Googled it and looked at it before, and they're just well,
so
there are other ones. So I've seen them where they're a double-ended crochet
yeah,
hook on another, like a
on
long
a
piece, and then
keychain.
yeah.
Yeah. I have
Sometimes they
those
have
too.
fun names, but I don't know.
I love them.
When
I
I've
ab-
ordered them, they're just crochet hooks on a keychain. So
uh,
you're not going to use that for actual crocheting. It's really just to
no,
fix your stitches.
just to fix your
Yeah.
stitches. I couldn't even think. I was having such a brain fart there, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" And it was all over because I couldn't think of what to call them. Like,
Yep.
but I do like the double-sided one better. Like, I think I have one in like each of my Notion bags.
Okay.
Especially when it comes to fingering weight. Yeah, so I
Yeah, they
love
can
them.
be smaller. Those ones I think are like a
They're
5 and something.
I
4.5
thought they were
and 5.
3.54 and 5.5, or I don't know.
Something like that,
US
yeah.
numbers on those too.
Are they? Huh. I don't have any here. I don't know. If I have to drop down too far, I'll get out double points and use those to fix my stitches. But
I do
and
carry a double point with me, but
and then your
I
third thing was those handy little books. That's a great idea too.
yes, yes.
I
Yes.
tend to just Google, but
Well, I know, but there's
And then
sometimes you might be somewhere, like I don't know about a
when the
lot of
internet
people.
doesn't work.
Yeah, like when you're out fishing or no, I'm just thinking that a lot of us
Fishing.
she wouldn't know anything about that. Um,
No.
no, I was just thinking that, sometimes you're in places where maybe you wanna knit and if you go over to the in-laws for, dinner or something, it
Oh,
may not be
yeah.
ideal to pull out your phone, like, it just doesn't look that great,
True.
"Excuse me."
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things that, we do, whether we're knitting or we're crocheting, like, this one just happens to be the Knitter's Dictionary.
Yep.
I think there's one similar, I don't think it is by Kate Atherley, but I think there's one similar for crochet terms. But there's sometimes that, if we haven't read the pattern, when we do go, there's a term that comes up that we're just not familiar with,
Yes.
because some pattern designers call something something else. Like, there's different
Mm,
terminology. And I just find this book is things that you don't think about
right.
till you come across it. So, it's like that, how sometimes we say, "Oh, I got a lot of useless information in my head," but there's one time it just comes out, right? That's exactly how I feel about this book. But no, it talks about stitch holders, stitch gauges, super bulky yarn, like, and
Cool.
even right down to, properly like doing your seaming
Oh,
stitches, like,
grafting and things like that.
yeah, so you
Cool.
can't beat carrying like a little book. I mean, I don't say go take your big huge ones out, but these little kind of pocket books that might just get you through.
Yep.
What the heck? It's not going to take up much room.
Or you just go to the yarn shop. That's what happens a lot. I answer lots of questions like that. Like you were talking about if a pattern says at the same time do this. Yeah.
Mhm,
That's when customers come to the store and go, I'm stuck on my pattern, I don't understand. And then I have to explain to them. But that's all good.
mhm.
So that
That's how
happens.
and that's how I feel right now working on, that, the dog sweater by, Beginner Luck Craft. I mean, that woman,
Yes.
I think we talked about it last week, and that woman, I mean, she's incredible. I mean, we're
There's
talking
the
oh, there
doggy
it is.
sweater.
Here,
It's cute.
we're talking about, like, pattern designing for your dogs, right? And
Yep.
the woman, even her sweaters, I mean, she does amazing work, and
Mm-hmm.
but there's that language barrier, so she
Right.
calls things different than, yeah, very different. So she even says that right on her patterns. There's kind of a language barrier, but, again, I'm sure I could look it up in that one book and it would be there,
Yeah, that's true. It might
right?
be in
So
there.
it might be there, you don't know, but yeah, as I said, I just think that, yeah, carry a book. Won't hurt.
Smart.
Yep.
Okay, I guess it's my turn. Okay,
Lauren's 3 picks.
I did not pick the same at all compared to Lea-Ann. I chose totally different. Okay, let's see. First of all, my favorite thing to have um, in with me anytime is something to write on. So I've got like cute little notebooks like this. You can get like cards like that. I carry this kind at the store, little notebooks. I even have a fancy journal that a customer gave me for tracking things like projects. Whoop, too much brightness. There we go. There's the library blanket, finishing it up from a few years ago. Here's, I'm working on my Strya sweaters. Oh, there. You can see more notes. Um, so I still kick it old school and I go with paper and always have a pen and pencil. You never know when you're going to have to write something down. And so I like to have that with me. Best place to get little booklets is actually at the dollar store. They carry pens too and get them for nice and cheap and throw them in all of your project bags. Something else that I always have with me, and especially now, since I've gotten quite a few little accessory bags set up in my projects, is a measuring tape. This one happens to have both centimeters and inches. Because a lot of times in a pattern, it'll say knit until it's this long. And you're like, oh crap, I gotta measure. So always one of these. And my other favorite tool is actually mini tools, and they come in many different forms, and they are stitch markers. So I've got the safety one, same as Lea-Ann. I like different ones for different reasons. We have the locking stitch markers. I've got, what kinds in here? Oh, these are the yarn ball stitch markers that hang nicely on needles. And I also have fancy stitch markers. These ones come with cute little clips and have fun little things on them, like a coffee cup. This one's even a progress keeper. It's got a different kind of clip on it. And then, oh, he's backwards. It's a alpaca. I know it's hard to see because they're far away, but how about a sunflower? My favorite. Yeah. So those are my essential tools that I have to have, whether I'm knitting or crocheting.
Oh my goodness. Well, I would have, you know what? Funny enough, I would have guessed that you were going to say pencil in the pen.
Yes.
And paper, just because I know, gosh, because my light is higher up, it won't even go there.
Yeah.
I figured because you are a big pencil and paper, that's just the way you are. When you get ideas, you chicken scratch everything down. And so I kind of figured
that's because if I don't write it down, I'll forget. Every single time. Every single time.
Do you use in your journals, do you use the bulleted paper, or do you use just line paper, or do you
Just
go
new
to
last
graph?
year. I started using this knitting journal that a customer had given me.
Mm-hmm.
And it does have the bulleted pages in it.
Mm-hmm. I love the bulleted pages.
Can't really see it.
Bulleted.
If you got the Sweet Yarns Christmas gift last Christmas, you got a bullet journal in there.
Yes.
I put those in. I found it super handy this year, having that, or this last year having it.
Yes.
And using it. Generally though, I've always just used, paper, and ruled paper is fine with me.
Right.
I don't like blank paper if I'm trying to track things, because then it just gets really messy.
Yeah, and I can't write in a straight line to save my life. So mine always are like crooked going down.
Yeah, so I like the straight lines.
Annoyed.
Yeah, or the bullet journal is good. Mm-hmm. And the bullet journal is a little more fun. You get to be a little more creative, I guess, than just plain lines. But
well, and the bullet journal is really good if you have like a pattern idea, or you're out, because I love to people watch. Like it's not that I go and sit in Tim's often. I'm not one of those sit at Tim's and watch people. But there's sometimes if I'm sitting in my car in a parking lot or I'm somewhere, I do watch what people are wearing and take note. And there's many times I've been in a mall and someone's had an outfit on that I thought was really great, and I've actually said, "Wow, your outfit's really great." So I do like having those bullet journals. I know. Excuse me. Can you pose for a minute? I like that sweater.
I want to try and recreate this.
But there are times, you get that mental picture in your head, and the bullet journals are fantastic because they have the little, they're evenly spaced that you could just kind of draw out and get a mental picture of what you're looking for.
Yeah, or if you want to put a chart in, I guess you could draw in your own chart. That would be pretty easy with those there.
Yes, remember I did that with the Christmas box bullet journal?
Yes,
I did all the charts, and guess what? I haven't been using because I don't know where I put it.
Oh no!
I'll put everything in. Do you still have it?
Yep. Oh, actually, it is. It's right here.
Please don't make me go look for mine. Yes, that's the one.
Mine's blank because, of course, I haven't used it. But it's got a plastic cover and lots of pages, and then it's got this cute little elasticy thing on the front.
Yes.
So you can keep your pages together rather than getting wrecked like the other one I have. I kind of wish I had a hardcover because this is nice.
It is very nice.
Yeah, but
I doodled the front of, I doodled that page underneath, and then I did all these chart forms to track what yarn I had bought or what I
Yeah.
was buying per month,
Yep.
what yarn I was using, what projects I was working on for who. I've even got a couple pages of all my favorite people that I would knit for, what their sizes are,
Yeah.
and lengths. So it all kind of sits there in that. I just haven't been filling things out like how I should be.
Yeah.
It's only because I don't know where I put it. I have this thing about, revamping my home all the time. I just keep moving spaces.
I know you're bad for that.
I think I
Moving
spend
things
most of my
around.
time going, okay, that worked for a month. I need something new.
And I'm the opposite. I'm like, oh, this is working. I don't ever change. But you know what? It takes me a long time to adjust to a new space. Like I set up my office and so far I've only been using it really for our live streaming.
Yeah. Well,
Otherwise
'cause
I'm dumping stuff in here and then taking it out again and yeah.
right. Yeah, but you have like one big yarn space in a store too, right?
True. Yeah.
So, hopefully you'll end up spending more time there. Like I try my best not to run over to the studio. It's like, "Oh my gosh, more stairs." No.
Oh no.
Um
All the way around the building.
No, I just, I try and separate, but I do that too. We were talking about that the other day about how we use our electronics.
Yep.
Um, and I keep everything separated. So my phone is like my work center. So that is with my phone is where people can contact me, call me. If I
Right.
need to order something, like if it's an Amazon order, a drugstore order, whatever, it all happens from my phone. My banking is just on my phone. I don't put my
Hmm.
banking on my laptop. I don't put it on my iPad.
Yeah, and
Um,
see, I only do banking on the computer.
Oh, really? Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I don't. I keep that because I always figure and of course, I have a flip I love the flip phones.
Nah.
Um, so because I can just stick it in my pocket, but to me, there's never gonna be a chance that somebody's gonna borrow my phone. So I
True.
can slip it and nobody's gonna get my banking information unless you hack my account.
Right.
So then I used to have one of those Kobo e-readers that I would have all my digital material on.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have that, and then my iPad is what I use to create. So I that's what I use to use my graphics and all that off of my iPad. And then my laptop and my computer is what I use for my streaming and bigger graphics and so everything has a different purpose for me. And then I
Yeah, and
still have
I've
50 books, like 50
yeah,
notepads on the go as well. So,
and I've done the opposite. I have set up the laptop just like I have with the computer at the store.
mhm,
And I only use well, I use my phone for doing lots of social media stuff.
right.
Generally speaking, I do most of my posting from my phone just because it has the camera and then you take the camera picture and I can edit
Mhm.
it right on there and then whoosh it onto like through Instagram goes onto Facebook as well.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
but I find it really hard to um, adjust things on my phone if I was trying to do something like sometimes I've wanted to quick do a something in Canva.
Yes.
I find it really hard to get things to line up how I want them doing it on my phone. So I might start it
Yeah.
on my phone and upload the picture from my phone into Canva, but then I go on the computer or the laptop and I go over there and finish it up and then
And you
okay,
finish
now
it
it's
there.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. I used to do that more. Going back to like iPad versus the laptop. I mean, there's a lot of
Mhm.
things that, and I mean, don't get, I love my iPad, but I use that more for video editing
Mhm.
and to start graphics too. And then my graphics get sent over to my laptop, and that's where I do the finish as well.
I just found
Um,
a mouse easier and for me typing is faster on the computer rather than on my phone.
well,
Although I'm pretty quick.
I was just saying that not that long ago that I was trying to turn, I think it was a couple lives ago. I was trying to turn off the mic on the lap and I was hitting the screen on the laptop and
Oh,
I was hitting the
yeah.
screen because I forgot that I was on the laptop and not the iPad. So it just, had to
Too
readjust.
funny.
So, okay. So you had your paper and pen. Let's
Oh,
talk.
Kelly just hopped on. Welcome, Kelly.
Hello, Kelly.
Late is okay. We don't mind. Next thing was the measuring tape.
The measuring tape. I keep telling you that I need you on your next swing by to throw out a bag of measuring tapes for me because I
Yep.
think I think I have 3 of them. The one I lose all the time because it's that blue round yarn ball.
Yes, it's cute, but it rolls
It's
away.
it rolls away all the time. There's times it drops and I'm on my hands and knees chasing it under a couch or something. So yeah.
Too funny.
And then I have 2 other ones that are in Notion bags, but I don't think you never had you do not think that's not coming out right. I
You
do
never
not
have
think
enough.
enough. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. Can you tell what
I
kind of morning I was having?
yeah, I probably have like 5 or 6 of these now. I know I have one in my purse
Yeah.
that I've had for years. I got it at Fabricland. Mm, when it was, oh yeah, like we're talking a long time ago, like 3 or 4
Okay.
locations ago of Fabricland. And I just have it in my purse because you never know when you're gonna have to measure something.
Yes. Yes.
Especially if you like thrifting furniture. It's a good thing to have a measuring tape so you can go. Well, I even call a kid and say, "Okay, I need you to measure this area so I can see if that's gonna fit." Yeah. So I've always had a measuring tape in my purse, but then yeah, I like having them. I have one or two. Oh, I have my granny's old folded up one.
Oh, you have one of those old folded up wooden ones?
It's not wood, no, but it's just
Okay.
folded like this material, but it's folded.
Okay. Okay.
That was
Right.
my granny's. I have that, and it does not leave the house. It stays by my knitting chair. But I have another one like this sitting there too. And then I
Okay.
have 3 or 4 different notions pouches now, and these are always in one as well.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, you never know when you're gonna have to measure.
Hello, Donna. Donna's in the house.
Woot woot.
Yeah.
Took a little break from the garden. That's where I should be.
I
I got a lot of dead stuff out there.
why am I mean, it's so wonderful. Kelly, wow. The card was awesome. Just
Yes.
absolutely awesome. It was everything that I had asked her to put into it. Kelly, thank you from like my heart. Just like wow. Um, and we will talk about, I think next week, I would really like to, if you could bring home some of Kelly's cards, unless you have
Sure.
any there
Let
today.
me write myself a note.
Oh my goodness, there goes the pen and paper.
That's
Um,
right. This
yeah,
time I'm using scrap, but
I'd like to talk more about, Kelly's eye for color and, what she's doing. I just think it's so amazing. Oh, just loved it. Just absolutely loved the card. Just to kind of go into the story, I had messaged Kelly on like Friday, I think. Yeah, Friday. Was it
yeah, it
Friday?
must have been Friday because
Yeah,
she brought
because
it Saturday.
yeah, and I had asked her to I needed a French card for a French mama. And anyways, I messaged her and I said like I really need a French card. And poor Kelly, she doesn't speak French and neither do I. So I said, well, I will send you something, just type it out and put it in the card. But I asked her for something like kind of bright, gardeny, and
Mm-hmm.
she had it done probably was it Saturday early in the afternoon?
No, she was there Saturday morning
Yeah, I
around
mean,
11 or 12. So she did it that night for you.
yeah, I was thinking that I was going to give her like a week, 2 weeks. And
She does such a nice job though. So
oh, she does.
at the store we have some of Kelly's cards. There was a bunch of Mother's Day ones. I'm gonna have to see what's up next.
Yes.
Father's Day, I guess, but there's graduations and birthdays coming up too. So I'll flip through the cards and see if I can find a nice variety. But we have a ton. So if you're looking for something, definitely pop by the store. If you can't stop by, then I can send you pictures. Just let me know.
Well, have you seen the price of Hallmark cards now?
No.
Hallmark cards are like $8.95,
Whoa!
$7.95, $8.95, $12.99.
I don't think Kelly's charging enough. Her cards are 3 to 6, I think, something like
Three to
that.
$6 exactly, and it's totally handmade. To if there's something, I mean, I don't know if she's going to offer custom services. It's just I'm special.
Yeah.
um, but I'll tell you
She did do
something.
up a
No,
few other French cards, though.
did she?
Yeah,
Okay,
she had a couple.
because you know what, we sent her double what she was asking.
Mm.
Because when someone goes to that great lengths to do
Mm-hmm.
something special that you need, and they charge so little for such wonderful craftsmanship, you know what, pay them.
Yep.
Pay 'em. And so that's what we did. Kelly, you were amazing, and you're probably blushing over there, and I'm sorry, but I just she did me such a solid, and yeah, just wow. Thank you. Thank
So we'll
you.
show some next week.
Yes, I think that is great. We'll do that next week. Um there was
Okay, my
also
third thing was stitch markers.
yes, and I was very happy there because I call them the light bulb stitch markers. What do you call them? Safety markers?
Safety pin, yeah.
Is that what you call it? I don't know. They look
I
like
do.
light bulbs to me, so I call them
They
the
do.
light bulb markers. I thought
Yeah.
that was interesting.
But they come
So,
apart. So you can pop them in to hold stitches. You could pop them in if you're counting over and you need to mark, like you've counted 10 and you need to mark where 10 was. You can do stuff like that. These locking ones are good for that as well.
well, I was
They
just gonna say these. If you go out for dinner, you don't have a toothpick. Those are good for that too. Just letting you know, like not that I tried it myself, but I just yeah. Okay, go on. Sorry.
No, that's all.
The locking
Locking,
stitch mark.
yeah, they're plastic, but
But you pulled out my most favorite. I'm sorry.
yeah,
My
the
most
yarn ball
favorite is
ones.
the Haya
Yarn ball
yarn
ones.
balls.
That's the word. There we go. They're
Yeah.
just cute. And
Well, they fit all sizes.
yeah, because of this loop is made out of material as well. So it fits on skinny needles
Yeah.
and it stays skinny, or it can go on fat ones.
Yeah.
Like it'll fit on like a 10 millimeter.
Yes. And what's really cool, I don't have one here, but if you hold, like, if it gets on the wrong side, right?
Yes, you
When
can just
you
flip
just
it.
kind of flip it. You
Yeah,
flip
hold on.
that,
Actually,
yeah,
I have
flip it
I
and
have my Strya
it'll
cardigan
move.
here.
Oh,
I've been
so there
working
we go.
on, and I can demonstrate.
She's gonna do a live demonstration. Thank you,
So you
Kelly.
just
Do a
flip.
flip back. Yeah, exactly. That's the
And
other.
this is on a skinny needle, like it's a 2.75, but it fits like perfect.
I know
And
they're
they could go
just.
on a fat one because it just, yeah, they're just awesome.
If you don't
I need
have
to
a
get more.
set, if you do not have a set of the Haya stitch markers, I
Put it
guarantee
on your
you will love
shopping
them.
list.
Exactly. Birthday, Valentine's. Oh, Canada Day's coming up. You could put it on the Canada Day gift. Do we give gifts on Canada Day,
I don't think
Victoria Day?
so.
I think we should. Haya stitch markers.
Every holiday.
Every holiday. Believe me, you'll want more than just one set. I think I have 3 sets now.
I think I have 5 or 6.
Oh, see, that's on my list. So
I need
just
to order
remember
some
that.
more in for the store one of these days.
Do they have them in pastel colors yet? Or just the
Uh,
primaries?
they've had like 2 different shades of primary colors. Some more
Have
lighter
they?
than others. Yeah. And then once in a while they do like a pink set for like
Breast cancer?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like there's some brighter ones and then some not so bright ones. I think yeah, they've had like 2 sets.
I accidentally knit one into my knit one time.
Oh,
Have you ever done that? Like any stitch marker, you just didn't have it the right way, and you go around and realize that it's been knit in. And I happened to knit one of those in, and I had to cut the loop.
oh,
And I
boo.
was like so bummed out. But then I realized you could pick up a loop from the knot and make a new loop.
You totally could.
Exactly. So that's what I did. It's a little smaller, but
Yeah.
that saves me. So now, yeah, I just gotta watch that I don't.
And then you can get fancy ones.
Yes.
And these ones, they do look like earrings. Yes, because they are earring clips that are on them.
Yes.
You can see it. Yeah. Either the round ones or the leverback ones. I like the
Mm,
leverback ones because they hang better, I find, than the round ones.
yes.
But these are limited. They only go up to about a 4.5 or a 5, I think, would hold it, and that's about it. Can't go bigger with
Do you
those.
know, I still have the very first set of stitch markers that I'd ever got. Like before, in my young years, we used to just take a piece of yarn and tie it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you were
Yep.
using straights at that time, so you just used yarn or elastic
Yep.
band or a
I've
bread
seen
clip,
paper clips.
paper clip, a bread
Yeah.
clip.
Yep.
Um, but the first set, I don't know. They're in my other bag. The first set that someone bought me, it's on this beautiful keeper, and they are like a green kind of granite hearts.
Ooh,
They're like
fancy.
glass or some kind of rock, but they're green and
Mm-hmm.
they are very fancy and they've got really thick rings on them. But
Oh.
I just there's 6 of them and they go on this keeper, and every time I pull them out, I just like, I gotta touch them. I gotta roll them in my fingers because 'cause they're so smooth and, I should keep them in my pocket as like a worry stone. Where
Oh,
I used to
yeah.
get the worry stones, I should just keep those ones in and just rub them when, anxiety driven or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt. So,
Oh, and then
yes.
I've had these ones. They're handmade, so they've got a hunk of wire in them.
Oh, cool. Okay.
The only thing is, I find they sometimes do catch,
All right.
and
Yeah.
they have a limited sizing for them for sure as
Y
well.
yes.
It's hard to get it on there. Whoop. Little loop. Yeah, but they're cute.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, they're like jewels, like, you're just prettying up stuff,
Yeah,
and I always have a progress keeper on my work.
I rarely do.
I do
I
it so I quickly know exactly what side's my right side, and then
oh
I
yeah,
just kinda move it up, right?
right. I tend to do lots of things in the round, so it doesn't matter.
She doesn't like seaming either.
No.
You
Okay.
you said a bonus round.
Yeah, I said you could have a bonus pick because you're like, because I had other ones. I'm like, okay, so we'll do one extra. What's your extra?
Well, my 1 extra is actually 2 extras, so that's not
Okay.
too
Well, you
fair.
can have two extras. I have one
Okay.
extra.
Alright, you don't have to put me all by myself. I lose track of what I'm talking about when I'm by myself. You should
Okay.
never do that to me. Okay, so
Oh,
I'll
I have
start.
to do it by myself, but you don't have to.
No,
Okay.
because Kelly says I'm special. Thanks, Kelly.
Stop encouraging her.
Well, the first one, my bonus round, I'm gonna start with this part of it. This
A
is a
quilter's
quilter's cut
cut
and
and
press board.
press. Mm,
Yes, yes, and they've got, like, the plastic back on them, see?
okay.
So, like, when you're doing your swatches, instead of pulling out the big foam boards and stuff, you just pin,
Oh
like,
yeah.
see, you just pin to one of these.
Huh.
Ta-da! Right? And it's just, like, nice, and you can hang it up, right?
Yep.
And what's really nice is because it has the lines on it, so you can
You
get
can
your
see.
you can see exactly to get your swatch squared up. So that's why. But this wasn't my bonus. This was just the
Okay.
other part of it. So my next bonus, of course, is a Conair steamer. It doesn't have to be a
Woo!
Conair one, but a steamer.
You
Oops,
like the
I'm
steamer?
always yes, this is a Conair steamer. You can get all the little attachments. I have a bunch of attachments for it, to direct the steam. But
Oh,
you know
okay.
what? When you're swatching, and then I mean, you can go on Marketplace. A lot of
Yeah.
people buy steamers and then they don't use them, but for knitters, they're great. So you can go on there and get
Or
them
get.
for like $10 or whatever. Yeah. But
Mm-hmm.
yes, a steamer and the board. And then if you just put your swatch on there and give it a little steamy, like that,
Mm-hmm.
there you go, presto. It dries
Mm,
quicker than washing it. It's
I
all
guess
nice and
so.
lined up. Yes, it is. And you
Yeah.
got your little board, and you can hang your little board up. You can hang it by the window. Yeah,
Hanging in
and
the
there you go.
sunshine, let it dry faster.
Take it out in the sunshine, your little board. But yes, just the quilter's board and a steamer. It doesn't have to be a big fancy one, but sometimes I do things that require big steam. Um,
Yeah.
uh, so that would be my bonus round.
Okay, I have a bonus.
Okay.
Bonus suggested thing to have is a kitchen scale.
Wow, fancy.
You can get them at places like Walmart, Canadian Tire, Amazon for like $20. And this is very handy. And you're thinking, why would you need a kitchen scale? Well, if you don't want to go the route of the meter winder, a kitchen scale is so handy. I use this all the time. I have one at the store too. So for example, if you are a sock knitter and you want to split your skeins before you work with them, use a kitchen scale. Make sure the tag's off. I always do. And then weigh your skein and see how much it weighs. And then you want to wind off half. And then this is how you'll know. You'll go, oh, it's 102 grams. So I need to wind off 51 grams and have 51 grams.
Yes.
The other reason I like to use it is to estimate yardage that I have left. So you were talking about running your leftovers through the meter machine. I weigh it and then I do math. So if they're supposed to be 400 meters and 100 grams and I have 50 grams left, I have 200 meters.
Oh, I thought you were asking me. I was going to go, I'm not here for math
No,
today.
I picked numbers. I could do the math quickly in my
I
head.
was going to say, hang on, let me get my phone. Yeah.
Well, yeah, phones are super handy too. That would be a good addition to your crafters tools, would be a phone. So you can Google things you don't know. You can watch YouTube videos for doing something like a fancy stitch.
Yes.
You can use the calculator to do the math.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you can use it to call the yarn shop and go, help, I don't know what I'm
doing. Help me, help me, help me.
How much longer are you there?
Exactly. No, I'm still like I have well, of course, I have a very, very small goes by the gram, right? Like down to the quarter gram scale. People come in my studio and they think I must be doing drugs because I'm one of those little tiny, oh yeah, there she is. She's weighing the cocaine. Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word, but no, it's for dye.
I just got a cheap big one. But yeah, Amazon has like pocket size ones. I know my sister Valerie has one.
Oh, well, I mean, you can't be like, there's still times that I still weigh my fiber, like that I'm knitting. There's times I'm not always going to run and go, okay, I'm going to run it through the meter reader or meter spinners. But I need an Annie dictionary.
You do. All the terms that Lea-Ann should know and doesn't. This is what she means.
I keep saying, the older, it just seems the last couple of years, it's just sometimes I go to say something and the word isn't there. Does that happen to everybody as they start to age?
I mean, I used to do that all the time. My kids laugh at me because I'll say the paton and they're like, what? The paton. To clean up you need the paton. So what I mean is, the little brush and the thing, the paton, to clean it up into. They're like, oh, you mean, yeah, see, you knew what I mean. Paton works fine.
Say the other day I was asking for like a screw gun. And the word screw gun would come out and I'm going, pa-ping, pa-ping, pa-ping. It's like, of course, everyone's looking at me like, what? Yes, I always start, no, they know.
The paton. It does the thing.
It does that.
Can you get the paton and clean up while I go get the vacuum? And they're like, yeah, sure.
I'll get on that, mama. Okay, so digital scale. Yes, I don't always pull out the meter winder.
Yeah, if you go on Amazon, I'm sure you can find like pocket size ones. I don't know if you can get them anywhere else. I'm sure you can. I just haven't seen them anywhere else. That would be a great thing to throw in your knitting bag. Oh, other times I've used the scale is when I'm trying to figure out how much yarn a repeat actually uses. So I did that with my Velacore. I was trying to figure out how much yarn how much farther could I knit to add a little length on the body.
Mhm.
And I figured out, well, when I weighed it, I was at 10 inches and I can go to 20 inches because I was halfway through the yarn.
Well, there you go. I
So
think
that's
you need to.
another way that it comes in handy. I did just weigh it again. I think I had used 10 grams or something off of all of the skeins. So it is handy when
Very
you're trying to
handy.
do yarn management for sure.
Yes, yes. And cleaning up, as I said, extra skeins in your stash. And it really helps manage either way. I
Yeah.
mean, as I said, not everybody's going to go out and buy a meter winder,
No.
but you do have to come up with tricks to manage your stash.
Yeah.
Or it just kind of builds up and then you start hiding it in like little fancy hat boxes under chairs and other baskets that, are in places like
Don't
they
give away
shouldn't
all the
be.
secrets.
I know, I
What if
know,
a husband's watching?
I know. That's what I was just thinking, oh my goodness, don't say where we hide it. Um,
No, too funny.
yes, so that is yeah, that is my favorite. The only other thing that I would add, I know this is like 2 bonuses. I'm getting greedy
Holy
here
moly.
today. I know, but pinch your scissors.
Oh, well, yeah.
I've had these like forever, this pair. I don't
Yeah.
know. It was craft what? I don't know. It's so hard to read it now.
I have some nice inexpensive ones at the store. So I have like 5 or 6 now, and they go in every one of my accessory pouches,
Oh yeah. I
along
mean,
with darning needle.
all right, if you have a hair somewhere, you need a
Ew.
little you need a little trim before a live or sorry. No, that's bad humor. Bad
You're so
humor.
funny.
Um,
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to do state too many things that were obvious. Like you definitely need yarn and scissors and
yes.
darning needle and knitting needles or a hook. But these are some of the other fun things that we thought you could or should
Yeah.
have.
Well, that's why I said these ones are fun.
They are fun.
Like instead of regular, because you could just snip, 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 right? Like
Yeah.
instead.
They
See, I
take
got
up a
it.
little less room.
Yes, they do. They do. They do. And you don't have to worry about losing the end of them
Yep.
and stabbing yourself like I did the other day. Um,
Whoopsies.
yeah, I know. But yeah, I'm a doughhead some days. Um,
Same. I slammed my finger in the door.
yes, I
Last
know.
Monday after our live, yeah, I went to make mashed potatoes and slammed my finger in the door. How did I get from there to there? Yeah. What happened was I got out the compost bucket to peel the potatoes into the compost, and the compost was full. So I
Right.
decided to take the compost bucket out, or like the bag out to the green cart, and the dog was coming behind me, so I quick shut the door and my finger right in the door.
I know her money maker. Like
Oh, such a dumb thing to do.
that's
It
like a
hurts so
runner
bad.
breaking their leg.
Yeah, I couldn't peel the potatoes. My daughter had to do it. But I was able to knit after supper. It had stopped throbbing by then. And
Yeah.
I did okay doing some knitting. But then I went to take Scamp out and I slammed it in the door again.
You were just like
Oh, it was so bad. I'm like, oh, can it get any worse? Yeah, I slammed it twice in the same door, doing the exact same thing, trying to quickly shut the door. Totally, yeah. I've learned my lesson. I now carefully shut the door and watch all of my fingers.
oh, no.
Yeah, just laugh at me. It's ridiculous.
Well, yeah, 2 times in one day is kind of
You know
the
what though?
worst.
Like it's because I was babying it, and so it wasn't in a position it normally would have been in. And when I shut the door that second time, oh, yeah,
Did you curse?
yep.
Oh
The
my!
F word came out pretty
Oh,
clearly.
it's very rare that she uses the F word.
Yeah, it's got to
I
be
just
bad if
want,
I do that.
yeah, that's why I was just checking to
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
But you and I got something in, and I did not bring it into my office, but I got something in the day before my birthday on May the 7th.
Yep.
So the May 7th. And then on my birthday, I got another something in the mail that happened to be the same thing as what I got the day before.
Yep.
So Lauren swung by and I gave her that package. And I think this is yes. So I did not bring mine in, but she has mine's out in my personal bookshelf right
I have
now.
mine.
But she has the one that I gave her. So
It's
talk
called
about
Short
this.
Row Color Work Knitting. So you can see all these cool designs. They're all done with short rows.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the back. Woo!
Pre-orders came out on that one back in, I think it was like November. And I put it on the pre-order list. And anyways,
And somehow you got two.
I ended up, well, I paid for two, but yeah, I must have had it on twice. But anyways,
So
after
the book
doing,
is by Woolly Wormhead, who, if you are on
yeah,
Ravelry, look up Woolly Wormhead and see all of her cool designs. She has
yes,
done a ton. And I actually used one of her hat patterns for a project kit for doing short rows
yeah,
because short rows is something that's fun to learn to do. And I prefer doing project oriented project kits rather than just teaching classes that here's how you do this. And now, and ta-da. And then you have a silly little
and
swatch.
ta-da.
So I don't like little swatches. I like, ooh, let's have a project. So we did one of her hats um, as the project kit.
Well,
But they're
especially
just
after
neat.
doing the emotional support chicken.
This would
I
be a
had,
little bit more intense.
yes, but it was
She
so
has
much fun.
wackadoo charts.
She has
They look really,
wackadoo.
the charts look so bizarre when you're looking at them going, how the hell do I follow this? But it's because
Oh,
of all the turning.
okay.
That's how you create these really cool spots of material where you
Yeah.
can see in one color and then another. Yeah. The charts are a little confusing to look at first, but it makes sense in the end. So we're going to talk about this next week. We're going to talk all about short rows.
Yes. Yes.
That'll give
It's
us the week to look at the book. she
it's a
said
cool
it
book.
to me this morning. She's like, "Oh, we should do a short rows," and I'm like, "No,
Uh,
I don't have time to look at that and have a good response and have good examples and yeah."
It
Plus,
is
I've
it
seen some other really cool projects, so I want to pull some examples for next week.
and do some short row samples.
Yeah.
Samples. Okay.
Kelly says, I'm pretty excited about the books I received for Mother's Day. I got 2 different versions of 52 Weeks of Socks. Cool.
Yay! So yeah, version 1 and version 2, 'cause did they come out with 3 yet?
I don't believe so. They have a few 52 weeks of the books, though.
Yes, I have the first 52 weeks of socks, I have 52 weeks of scarves, and I
Do they have an
have
accessories one or
yes, they
something?
do. I'm not sure if I have
I'm
that one.
asking Google.
Oh, okay, whoops. Google.
Do 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 do. We need
I have their stripes book from Lea-Ann magazine. I have another one.
52 weeks of accessories.
Mhm. I think that I have that one on a pre-order. I'm so excited for you, Kelly, though. Those are
Yeah.
fantastic. I did the first in volume 1, I did the first I had these big ambitions that I was gonna do the 52 weeks of socks.
Okay.
52 weeks of I mean, I meant 52 weeks of socks. Yeah, that didn't pan out.
52 weeks of easy knits.
Yes, yes.
Shawls.
Yes, shawls the shawl book, there's 2
Accessories.
accessories, but there's, one of the books has 2 different titles, but it's basically the same book. I think they had one
Okay.
title for overseas, and then they
Oh.
had one for the US and Canada, but they're the same book, but one is titled 52 Weeks of Shawls, and the other one is 52 Weeks of something scarves or something like that. I don't know.
Hmm.
I know they're the same book, but because they have all the same patterns, but they have 2 different names, so
Interesting.
yes, but I love their patterns. As I said, all Lea-Ann books, Lea-Ann, Lane. Some people call them
Uh,
Lane, Lea-Ann.
oh, and that reminds me. So we were talking about that Sans Garn yarn you got. We called it
Mhm,
line. So
mhm.
the grocery girls called it something else. I can't remember now.
Well, it's spelled Line.
And E. So I would say line as well. but I think they said I'm not sure. I
But
thought I
see,
knew it, but I don't remember.
I think it's Lea-Ann magazine, Lea-Ann magazine. They're spelled
Mm-hmm.
Laine. So
Yes.
you certainly want to call them Lane magazine the way it comes out,
Yeah.
which it's a Canadian thing, I guess. But anyway, but I think it's Lea-Ann.
So confusing.
Confusing. It's that magazine, but I'm very excited for Kelly. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
They're wonderful books. The first pair of socks are beautiful. I don't do the heels in those socks, so I stick with my fish kiss slips heel on everything.
Yeah.
I do. I do.
52 weeks of accessory. Yep. Socks volume 2. Shawls. Socks. Do they give you the same, like, do you get like a coupon code so you can get them on Ravelry too, or?
If they do, I don't think I ever look that far.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I was just
I
wondering
just
because, like, as much as a book is nice, sometimes I like just the one pattern.
Just the one pattern. Well, especially when you're buying those books, especially if you get in on the pre-order when they first offer them on the
Yeah.
magazine website. Well, you figure the shipping, like just
Oh, yeah.
not just the book, but you have the shipping. You always get caught with duty.
Yeah.
So, you know what? Just wait. If you're after those kind of books that are overseas, your best bet is just to wait till someone on Amazon puts it up,
Yeah.
and then you have free shipping. You
Or
don't
an
have the
ebook comes
duty.
out and you can
Yeah.
then you can just print off the pages you want.
Yes. Yes. So
Yeah, see, because I am still old school and I like a printed pattern.
I do. I all the books, whenever I'm pulling a pattern out of a book, I always take it and scan it and then print it.
Yeah.
Because I mark my patterns up like they're
Well,
there.
and I don't like carrying around a big heavy book because I've got my yarn and I've got, the project and I've got the accessory pouch with stuff in it. And I don't need another extra few pounds of stuff, especially when I'm carrying like 5 projects to work.
Well, then there's the other thing. If a book of mine gets wrinkled, I don't want it anymore.
Yeah.
That is my worst thing. I remember, when Martha Stewart had the Martha Stewart magazine, I
Mm-hmm.
was collecting all the volumes, and I would go to the grocery store, and if the girl put it in a bag, especially with something that might have been damp, I would lose it when I got home. I didn't want that book anymore. I want
My
it
copy
clean and
needs to stay
pristine.
pristine. Yeah.
Exactly, and I don't know why. Even if I wrinkle a page, I get really upset with myself for wrinkling a page. But yeah,
Yeah.
we'll go through that next
Yeah.
week, because that is an absolutely wonderful her examples and what she's done is just gorgeous,
Mm-hmm.
gorgeous.
And nice
Um,
color choices as well.
yes.
I liked
Oh,
all the color
yes.
matchups on the pictures that I flipped through.
So I do have something in but
Oh,
I did not get the tags on them yet. I'm so
okay.
sorry. I was enjoying the sunshine today and trying to get things done, and so you're gonna have to name them because although I name the skeins, I'm not the one that put which name goes to which on all of them.
Oh, I still have tags at the store.
Oh, their
Your
tags.
tags.
I thought their tags were here. So
You have to print the stickers for me.
oh, I'm trying to figure out. I'm going, did she send me the tags back? Anyways, we are back to the sister skeins. This one is you are adventurous. Am I
Oh, I
correct?
have to remember what they're all called.
Whoops.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to pull up my website. Because I have it listed on there. Yeah, that's adventurous.
I wish my lighting was good today. Yeah, it's not. I'm so sorry. So, yes, this is you are adventurous, and it goes from this burgundy kind of color to a peach, a lighter peach, and then this beautiful shot of like
Teal.
almost a teal, like a light teal. But what makes these special is they are a gradient. So this is a
Mm-hmm.
true gradient, but it's also a true marled gradient. So you see all those little specks. Let's see if we can. Oh, hang on. Every section will go into a marl. There's all
It's
Eh,
really nice.
it is beautiful, and this is 85
15.
15 superwash merino. Um, and the reason why I came up with this idea was sisterly love. Our sisters don't have to be our blood sisters, but they
Hmm.
are just people that we just love and who mean so much in our lives.
Hmm.
And so when I came up with this idea to do sister skeins, they are actually they are birthed together.
And I divided them all.
And yes, and she was the doula, the birthing doula. Um, so with the sister Skeins, they are actually dyed together as one. They are
Hmm.
twins, almost identical twins. So they are dyed as one unit, and the whole purpose of this is that you will knit one for yourself, and then you can knit or crochet. I mean, maybe you have a pattern that is one that you would like for this. So you can do one for yourself and then do one for that sister in your life. Or if your sister is also a
Or,
knitter or a crocheter, then you
mhm,
can actually gift her one and you both can sit and have tea and special times together, both working with your sister Skein.
yes, but part of the thing we're doing with these sister skeins, if you want to join in, we're doing a mystery knit along for the month of July. I'm designing the shawl pattern, and Leanne's going to test it. And then
Mhm.
what's going to happen is every Monday in July, starting on July the 1st, a chunk of the pattern will come out, and you'll be able to knit that section.
Isn't that fabulous?
Yeah, so if you purchase a Sister Skein set, you will get a coupon code to get the pattern for free. But you can always join in even if you don't purchase the Sister Skeins. But you'll have to buy your own pattern. Okay, that was the teal set. That one is You're Courageous.
Look at that. It goes from a marled black into I do these skeins and it's still dark in here, but it goes black to teal to a lighter teal to a even lighter teal. Oh, darker teal, sorry. But look
It's
at them.
they're actually a little bit darker in person. They're showing out a little bit lighter.
Yeah, they're blowing out here.
Yeah, but they're
But
fabulous.
they're just but if you can see that marline within the gradient, and they are, as I said, they are a true gradient. They are
Mhm.
identical. I'm just gonna pull this one up. I had them nice wound tight. Oops. See, there we go. Oops. Sorry. Here I'm going. Here we go. Here we go. They're gradient, but they're not even in order here. Let's just pull this out a bit here. Okay. There you go. That's the way she's going to knit up. She's going to knit from the teal going into the, it should be the dark actually. The dark is over top. But there you go. That's going to be
It's nice.
your gradient. Isn't that gorgeous? I know.
It's lovely.
I'm always so excited when I do a new colorway.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, it's like birthing babies. That's what these skeins are about. Birthing. Okay, and then we have this one.
You are inspiring. That's the pink to purple.
Yes, it's
It's
beautiful
a
too.
beautiful light pink, and then goes into a like a I don't know, like a violet purple.
I had send skeins to you. Remember, I don't have natural light where I am right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it is really blowing out, but it's a very nice light pink.
I
And
don't
then
have all the pictures uploaded to StreamYard. Otherwise, I would have
yeah,
popped them on the screen. But
yeah,
you
it's a
can go
light.
on the website, on Sweet Yarn's website, and look them up after.
Yeah, there's like a lilac in there too. So
Mm-hmm.
very, very pretty. And then name this one.
You are confident.
There we go.
That one's nice, light blue to green.
Yes, it's very nice.
Yeah, it's blowing out. Oh,
And
there.
it, did
That's
I
getting
have it?
closer. Closer. Is a little bit darker in person, but it's lovely.
I don't even have a sheet of paper to put behind it right now, but
There,
oh,
that's
you
pretty
can
good.
see
Yeah.
it
It's
is.
nice.
it's and squishy. As I said, 85% merino, 15% nylon, and it is superwash, and they are absolutely beautiful. So if you have a
Oh, and
friend,
then there's one more colorway.
yes, which
Which I'm designing with.
yeah, we did show it. We do have a picture of it. And it is
Not on
called,
here. You are beautiful.
yes.
It's pink to
Ni-
navy blue.
Yeah. I have actually a rolled up skein. I have a cape
Yep.
on here. I think, yes, I
Mine is
do.
not in here.
Okay, I can
Mine's in
show it.
my knitting chair where I'm designing, so.
There it is
Woo!
right
There
there.
it is.
This
It's
is,
like navy blue at one end and a light pink at the other. It's so awesome.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Says you're beautiful. And again, you can see in each section how it marls. It is very, very beautiful. So, anyways, those are the sister skeins. You get 2 of them. All my work now is on the Sweet Yarns website.
Yay!
Yeah,
Oh, guess what time it is?
it is kid and
3
puppy time.
o'clock. The kids have arrived. That's why Scamp barked.
So to wrap it up, this week, just for those that need to know, there are 8 Barbie and Friends skeins are done.
Woo!
I think you had 3 on order. Did you? Yes,
Yes.
3 are orders. So there's 5 of the Barbie and Friends will be down in store for those who need them. There will be 5 of Cardinal.
Yay!
5 of Cardinal will be going down to Sweet Yarns. There is also Crocus will be going down. So Crocus was that beautiful violets with that splash of
It's a nice one.
yellow. We will show those next week.
Yeah.
And then I am putting out 3 new colorways
Woo!
for June.
Awesome.
And I have plans for a very, very special one.
They're all special.
Oh, don't make me blush. So I have one that will be coming out. I'd like to actually get it out by the end of the week. So
Woo!
we'll see how quick, because I still got walls to paint behind me and stuff to sort. But as I said, our regular skeins, those 3 right now. So that was Cardinal, Barbie and Friends, and what did I say? Crocus. They will be regulars on the website, so they will be up on the website.
Yep.
Other than that, stay tuned. We got a lot coming to you.
Yes. Lots and lots. Lea-Ann's keeping me very busy, as well as herself.
Gotta have fun, right?
That's right. We are having fun.
I know. That's the problem.
Yes, way too much.
It doesn't feel like work yet.
No, not yet.
Not till the deadlines arrive and you're going, oh my goodness. You know, it's always the day before the deadline that everything has to go wrong. Yeah. So anyways, folks, it is always so wonderful. It was so wonderful to see Donna. It was so wonderful to see Kelly. And we will get to you next week. From my home office to yours, thank you so much for being with us today.
All right. And you want me to say the closing thing?
You know, I'm never going to say it anyway.
All righty. So thank you for joining us today. We had a great time chatting with you that were here live. And those watching us later, we hope you enjoyed it too. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. And make sure the bell is turned on so you'll get a notification when we go live again or post a video. Make sure to follow us on social media and Ravelry as well by clicking the link in the description box below. And until next time, have a fiber-filled day.
Yay!
Yay! Bye!
Bye.